Welcome to my presentation on planning and outlines. We're going to look at the important why and how between about planning for written assignments and the role of outlines. So why do we need to plan and outline for written assignments? Well, firstly, planning is an essential step in the essay or presentation. You wouldn't build a house without designing the structure and showing where things have to go and all that kind of stuff. And it's the same with an essay or presentation. It's very important to have an understanding before you set out on the task what you want to say and how you want to make it look. It's important to think, to organize, and to prepare to deliver your topic, because in this way we are aware of the wide variety of things which we'd like to discuss, and through planning and outlining we can first of all decide the relevant or useful bits of information. Secondly, we can organize it appropriately so that it is easy to digest and understand, and that each point follows the next point logically. And also it gives us the right preparation to begin our actual assignment, and it leaves us with less work to do basically as we begin to write. It also allows us to consider a variety of options and look outside the box, or think outside the box, I suppose. As we plan, we think a lot, and we get a chance to consider the wide variety of things, topics and issues which we could actually relate to our subject. And in that process we do find other things which may be relevant, or we might realize that what we're trying to say isn't necessarily clear or helpful. And then also in terms of thinking outside the box, we're fortunate that we may actually find a new way of expressing what it is we're trying to express. It also allows us to focus our writing and to concentrate on language, not content. And what I mean by this is, as we plan, we've already decided what we want to write about. We've already done our research in terms of the issues we'd like to discuss. So with a good plan and a good outline, we can actually focus more on how we express ourselves rather than what it is we're trying to say. Obviously that's still important, but it's less of an issue when we've already gone through it, and then we can focus on improving our grammar, improving our sentence structures, things like that. And finally, extra preparation provides the opportunity to improve many elements of writing. So as we're preparing, we may realize that maybe our paragraph structure needs review, or perhaps that we can practice different sentences and different ways of expressing things, and we can prepare in terms of perhaps the grammar that we want to use to make sure that we are using the correct grammar throughout the presentation, and that when we go to review it, we will know that we are using the correct grammar or not. So how should we start planning? First thing we should do is try to choose a topic within a topic, or a topic within a topic. Okay, and what this means is that we choose something which is not very broad. We try to be a little bit specific so that we can narrow down what it is we're trying to do, so that we're not being too general, basically. So if we were to talk about social networks or social media, for example, and you'd be like, well, maybe I want to write about Facebook, and that's fine, but Facebook is a massive subject, so perhaps think of Facebook in Ireland, for example. Very good, okay, that's good, Facebook in Ireland, but even then you're still talking about this huge topic. Then maybe you might think, well, maybe what about Facebook among secondary school students? Like, yeah, now we're talking. Okay, now we've got a very specific subject. We're still talking about the main topic, which was Facebook or social media, but we're talking about secondary school students with Facebook. And maybe you could actually even focus it more by Facebook and students who are studying for major state exams. All right, so why do we do that? And as we go deeper and deeper, we can find that we have more and more to say, and we can make our discussion more specific and in some respects more interesting. And it's always good when we start planning to ask ourselves, what do I know about this topic already? Is it kind of a hunch, or have I done some reading and do I have a good understanding of the broader situation? Or is it just something I decided to do because, yeah, I like the sound of it? Both of these are fine, but knowing how much we know about something gives us a certain freedom to kind of, or not freedom, perhaps ability to move forward quicker. The next thing we need to think about is write down everything you know about the topic and find out where you can find out more information. This is fairly straightforward. What do you know? Is it fact? Is it hearsay? Is it kind of gossip, or do you know if it's real information? And this is very important. So we need to work out, what do we already know? We've done that, but now we need to find out, where can we find out actual information that can answer these questions. Saying things like the internet or Wikipedia or Google. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about finding actual articles and websites which are specifically detailing the topic which we're trying to elaborate on. The next step, we should look to brainstorm or mind map the various ideas. Okay. This way, we can look to build some connections and to kind of draw out more and more useful information from which we can start our plan from. Brainstorming and mind mapping are kind of straightforward. Brainstorming is kind of just listing and writing down your ideas, and mind mapping, we try to connect them together, almost as if like a spidergram, I suppose. And it's just good if we can connect our various ideas and thoughts, so that we can start to get a clearer picture of what information we have and what we can actually say. And then the final thing, and this is a personal favorite thing, is attempt to create a question which your writing or presentation can seek an answer for. This is related to your thesis statement, and by asking this question, we can use it to direct what it is we're trying to write, and we can always kind of step back to this question as a source of direction in our writing. It's almost like looking back to your values and where do we stand on this particular thing. What are our goals in life? Okay. So don't worry about a few things. There's no right or wrong way to plan in the early stages. Just make sure you're doing it. As you plan more, as you write more, you'll get more and more comfortable with different methods and styles. It's important that you do try to look beyond your current knowledge as you're planning. This is the chance to kind of elaborate on what you already know. So it is useful to not restrict yourself to what you know, because what you know could be mere gossip or things you've never really researched. You got to know how and where can you find information. Okay, you don't necessarily have to find it, but you need to know where to start. Okay, this is just about preparing yourself in advance of writing in more detail. Don't stress if you don't think you're doing enough planning or outlining. Everybody is different. Some people may feel comfortable with highly detailed plans. Some people might feel comfortable at all with just a few lines written down on a piece of paper. It's really up to the individual. Don't stress. There's no right or wrong way. And remember, the plan, it's only the early stages. Okay, so things can change. If you don't know a lot now, that's fine. Later, you'll get a better chance to find more. Okay. One way about planning is to think about it as stretching your brain out to find more what you want to write about. And it's just basically about finding information either at the back of your head or where to look. And it's a good way of thinking, hard thinking, before you actually start writing or drafting a presentation. So an outline, what is an outline? All right. You might have an idea. This is a standard 5-paragraph essay outline format, which I plucked off the internet. You'll note the introduction, where we have our creative opening, our hook. You have a thesis statement at the end there, and then you have a few bits and pieces in between connecting the hook and the thesis statement. Your body, we've got 3 paragraphs again, which is standard. Each one with a topic sentence, and each with detailed supporting information. And then finally, you've got your conclusion, which restates your topic, your thesis statement, and then a brief summary of your points, and then a restate or a kind of just a sentence that closes the actual essay. This is a standard outline, and there's a reason it's standard, is because it's very successful in its brevity as it achieves what you may like to do. You may come across longer outlines which may deal with more detailed, which may have, more detail, more paragraphs, more sections, but still has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, so don't worry about that. The standard 3-paragraph essay isn't really realistic, but you could think of it in terms of 3 parts of your body, 3 separate arguments, 3 main points. It depends on what we're trying to do. Alright. And the finally thing there is just to try to follow this basic structure for all your writing, with obvious amendments, personal amendments relating to what it is you're trying to do in your. Okay. In terms of planning and introduction, don't worry about a hook so much. This will come as you write. You can come back to it later on. I know that maybe some writing guides and things like that will focus on your hook. Come back to it. There's no worry. It doesn't need to be there straight away. It could be if it's the first thing you write, you can't expect this to be quality. So leave it later on if you want to. You may find something in your research or something like that, which might encourage, which might, strike you as suitable. It really is, up to the writer to decide what they want their hook to say. It's good to write a thesis or general idea from which to base your essay structure on. This is related to the question I suggested earlier on, asking this question, all right? But just a general idea, what it is you're going to do, 3 main points, something like that, okay? Try not to base your essay on your introduction, base your introduction on your essay. And what I mean by this is plan the essay based on your main argumentative points. The body of the essay is more important, and if you just write a thesis statement or a basic thesis at the start, and then later structure your thesis statement, your actual essay's thesis statement, after the essay's body is complete, and leave your introduction until all of this is complete, so that you know what you want to say, and then you can come back to it after writing and thinking about the topic a lot. So you should have a lot more information in your head, basically. And obviously completing the introduction later benefits from having written the body by you're basically structuring your introduction around your body and not your body around your introduction. And planning a conclusion, thing about conclusions is they can appear tricky, and that's because you feel, from my own experience, I feel that I've spent a lot of time writing and crafting what I believe to be a perfect essay, only to come to the conclusion and struggle to put words together that seem to sum up or do the body paragraphs that I've written the correct justice. But one thing I would say to you as a second language learner is keep it simple and you will not stumble. If you do it right, it's better than doing it wrong. It doesn't matter if it's fancy or elaborate or anything like that. Your main objective is to communicate your ideas clearly and straightforward. A few tips. Firstly, restate your thesis differently. Review your main body points or offer some further reflection. Tie your conclusion to your introduction. And offer a concluding comment, a prediction, a solution. Okay? Never introduce any new information in your conclusion. If you find yourself introducing new information in your conclusion, you need to reverse and find out, is it necessary? Can I fit it in somewhere else in my body? If not, it perhaps might be an idea to leave it out. It's not going to. The reason for this is you just start opening up the opportunity for more questions, and in this section here you're supposed to be closing all the questions and showing us why you've proved these questions. So please try to avoid introducing new information. Right? And just a few final tips now for writing a plan or a outline. Always brainstorm first, as I said, or outline or mind map. Okay. Next thing, focus on the body of the essay first. Okay, so this is the meat. This is what your essay is arguing. The introduction, the conclusion are kind of decorations, but they're just kind of setting us up for the body. Okay. When using your outline, your plan, use bullet points. Don't worry about full sentences. Grammar, probably, you can have mistakes in there. It doesn't really matter. It's a plan. I would encourage you to write in English because you have to write your assignment in English. But if it's a case that you're more comfortable writing in your native tongue, then so be it. Next thing, make sure you can follow the structure, but don't be afraid to change. Okay, so your structure should be very clear for you to follow. You should know what you're doing, but at the same time, if you feel you need to change something, there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to change it. Okay, it's only an outline. I mean, it's just a plan. You can change your plan. We change them all the time. Excuse me. Next thing, don't include every tiny detail in your outline. Just the important points. All the kind of specific details and stuff like that, they'll fit into your essay. You know about them. So just try to keep it, it's a guideline for you rather than the essay in bullet point form. Okay. It's really important to take some time to sit down and work on your plan. Right? A lot of people don't do it or don't realize it. You need to sit down and work on it. Okay. And also, there's no need to know all the supporting information at the time that you're writing, but just be aware of it because you'll come back to it, I suppose. But it's on your plan. As long as it's successful, you don't need to detail it all. I mean, it's for you first and foremost. The plan is for you, not for any teacher or anything like that. So it's for you to use to guide you as you write and to become a stronger writer of sentences. And I would encourage you to do it, and in your own style and what way makes you feel comfortable. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and this has been the end of my slideshow on planning and outlines. Thank you very much.